行。麻煩大家留意係咪已經關掉手提電話同埋其他響鬧及發光裝置。多謝合作。
典禮即將開始，為了讓各位來賓能在愉快而莊重的氣氛下參與典禮，請將手機調為震動或靜音模式，關閉發光裝置。謝謝合作。
Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony is about to begin. To enjoy a smooth event, please take a moment to check if your sound or light emitting devices and mobile phones has been switched off. Thank you. 典禮即將開始，為咗令典禮可以喺愉快而莊重嘅氣氛下進行，麻煩大家留意係咪已經關掉手提電話及其他響鬧及發光裝置。多謝合作。
典禮即將開始，為了讓各位來賓能在愉快而莊重的氣氛下參與典禮，請在手機調為震動或靜音模式，關閉發光裝置。謝謝合作。
The ceremony will now begin. Please rise. 典禮現在開始，請各位來賓起立。
典禮現在開始，請各位來賓起立。
National Anthem 奏唱國歌。
奏唱國歌。
Please be seated. 請坐。
請坐。
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. 大家好，午安，大家好。Welcome to the opening ceremony of the Shaw Auditorium. I'm Benedict Yun, graduate of HKUST and your MC for today. 我係科大嘅畢業生袁學謙，亦係今日嘅典禮司儀。大家好。
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Naveen Chan, a U3 student of HKUST. 大家好，我係陳樂南，科大3年級生，亦都係今日嘅 MC。今日好開心可以喺呢度同大家一齊見證逸夫演藝中心嘅開幕。
Yes, we are really honored and excited to be here today to celebrate this important occasion with all of you. Today's ceremony is graced with the presence of the following honorable officiating guests.
Unique collections of HKUST. There will also be space for students and emerging artists to display their work and transform their ideas into reality.
Music is magical, and I really want the students to experience that and to live it and to breathe that passion for the arts. And I really think that Shaw Auditorium is going to raise the game with its immersive systems then in terms of what we can offer to our students.
I've always longed for a performance venue that belongs to HKUST, and the Shaw Auditorium is like a dream come true.
I do believe that having an auditorium will help us to bring every HKUST student together to cheer for something, and it's like bonding us together more strongly.
The overall vision for this building is really to bring people together around arts and culture, and we wanted this building to be welcoming from all sides. The auditorium is truly multifunctional, and the wide range of functionalities of the auditorium will contribute to make the building lively at all times.
The late Mr. Rembrandt Shaw played a key role in the development of the film and media industry in Hong Kong. He founded the Shaw Foundation Hong Kong in 1973 with a vision of advancing education, scientific and technological research, medical and welfare services, as well as arts and culture. In supporting the Shaw Auditorium project of HKUST, we hope to keep his enthusiasm and passion alive.
Our sincere thanks to the Shaw Foundation for its generous support and the university community for devoting to this meaningful project. I look forward to seeing Shaw Auditorium as the new landmark of Hong Kong UST, adding energies to a vibrant campus and further enriching the cultural experience of the university community.
It's wonderful. We hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm sure the Shaw Auditorium will soon be an arts and cultural hub for HKUST members and our friends in our community.
Now, let us first invite Mr. Andrew Liao Chung-Sing, Council Chairman of HKUST, to deliver an opening address to the audience. 我哋而家邀請科大校董會主席廖長成先生致開幕詞。Mr. Liao, please.
Good afternoon, Chief Executive and Chancellor Mrs. Carrie Lam, Mr. Raymond Chan, 谭铁友主任, Yang Yiyue 副特派员, honorable officials of Hong Kong SAR, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the opening ceremony of the Shaw Auditorium, which marks the beginning of Hong Kong UST's 30th anniversary celebration. Today, we have reached an important milestone in the history of Hong Kong UST. After university's remarkable growth and amazing achievements over the past 30 years, backed by immense support from members of Hong Kong UST, supporters, partners, friends, and above all, the Chancellor, the government, and the UGC, for which we are most grateful. With the imminent opening of Hong Kong UST Guangzhou, the inauguration of the state-of-the-art multi-purpose Shaw Auditorium will further bring art and culture to Hong Kong UST, beyond science and technology, fostering whole person development, providing a much-needed venue for nurturing creative talents, enriching universities' everyday life, and serving as an East-West cultural hub for the university and the community nearby and beyond. Together with Hong Kong UST Guangzhou, the Shaw Auditorium will be another example of how Hong Kong UST maximizes its growth potential, further contributing to the betterment of our society. I wish to express my most sincere thanks to the Shaw Foundation Hong Kong for its generous support and the university community for devoting time and effort to this meaningful project. I look forward to seeing our vibrant campus adorned with new energies and aspirations, with our members and friends engaging in new art and cultural experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Liao. Let us now invite the Honorable Mrs. Carrie Lam, the Chief Executive of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, to the stage to deliver her speech.
而家有請香港特別行政區行政長官林鄭月娥女士上台致辭。Mrs. Lam, please.
Deputy Director Tan Tian-Liu, Deputy Commissioner Yang Yirui, Andrew, Raymond, Professor Shi Wei, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm delighted to join you at the opening of the Shaw Auditorium, a brand new landmark for the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. Hong Kong UST is a young and exceptionally gifted university that excels internationally in science, technology, and business. This is reflected in its international ranking. According to QS, Hong Kong UST is ranked number 34 in the world and number 2 among universities less than 50 years old. Now, with the opening of the Shaw Auditorium, the university has a world-class facility from which to nurture culture and the arts, while also putting a smart spotlight on sustainability in Hong Kong's built environment. That's evident in the sensor lighting, the solar roof panels, and the abundance of green space surrounding this watershed development. And the extensive use of bamboo amid the auditorium's innovative technology is as natural as it is inspired. More than a state-of-the-art addition to the Hong Kong UST, the Shaw Auditorium is a much welcomed addition to a growing list of top-class arts and cultural facilities in Hong Kong. Just last week, together with Mr. Henry Tang, we opened the M+, Hong Kong's new museum for visual arts and culture at the West Kowloon Cultural District. Over the past couple of years, we have also opened the performing arts venue of Free Space and the Sichu Center for Chinese Opera at the district, as well as the renovated Hong Kong Museum of Arts in Tsim Sha Tsui. Looking forward, we are all expecting the Hong Kong Palace Museum by the middle of next year and the East Kowloon Cultural Center in 2023. All these facilities will provide a solid base for Hong Kong's development as an East meets West center for international cultural exchange, as supported by the central government in our nation's 14th five-year plan, promulgated in March this year. Beyond arts and culture, this magnificent multi-purpose auditorium will serve as a 21st century learning and leisure commons, a space for multimedia exhibitions, for graduation ceremonies, and all manner of occasions, large and small. It is heartening to know that neighboring communities, including residents in Sai Kung and Tseung Kwan O, will have access to events here, and that the university has just launched its Friends of Hong Kong UST program for members of the public to enroll and receive event information. I would say that the opening of the Shaw Auditorium marks a stunning start to the 30th anniversary of Hong Kong UST. The auditorium speaks brilliantly of how far Hong Kong UST has come in such a relatively short time. It speaks as well of how far it is destined to go. I'm therefore grateful to the generosity and vision of the Shaw Foundation, all the donors, and everyone in the university who have helped bring the superb Shaw Auditorium to bright and boundless life. Since this is the first event that I attend with Professor Shi Wei, after he has announced that he is leaving the university next year, may I take this opportunity to join many others within the university and outside of the university in thanking him for his contributions to both Hong Kong UST and Hong Kong's higher education sector over the years. Thank you very much, Shi Wei. So finally, I wish you all a memorable occasion today. As I understand, the university has arranged for brilliant performance by the alumni and also by the Hong Kong Philharmonic Orchestra. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Lam. Next, please welcome Mr. Raymond Chen Weiman, Chairman of the Shaw Foundation Hong Kong.
現在有請邵氏基金會主席陳偉文先生上台致辭。Mr. Chen, please.
Chief Executive, Council Chairman, President Xi, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is indeed a great pleasure to join you all for the grand opening of Shaw Auditorium. We are honored that so many distinguished guests are able to be here this afternoon, and it is our particular privilege to welcome Chief Executive. Thank you for gracing this ceremony with your presence. I would also like to extend my heartfelt congratulations on this 30th anniversary of the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. Throughout their lives, the late Mr. Run Run Shaw and Mrs. Mona Shaw were passionate about supporting the arts and culture. They believe that education and art form important pillars in the advancement of society. We at the Shaw Foundation continually strive to honor their legacy and meet their high standards. This contemporary Shaw Auditorium and the adjacent Mona Shaw Plaza signify a fruitful collaboration between HKUST and the Shaw Foundation, and more importantly, the beginning of new opportunities for students and future generations to learn and thrive. We hope it will be a place of appreciation and participation in the arts, and we hope it will be a gathering place central to the life of HKUST. With all the difficulties surrounding our world these days, the entire project team remain focused and determined. Countless hours has been invested into the project since inception, when then President Dr. Tony Chan raised the subject with our past chairperson, Mrs. Mona Shaw, in 2014. The two of them found a shared vision. I would also like to acknowledge Eden Woon, who took the initial lead working with the architect and the design. Both of them cannot be here today because of COVID travel restrictions. Over the past few years, Mr. Liao and President Xi have demonstrated excellent leadership on the project. On behalf of the Shaw Foundation, I would like to congratulate and thank you all for your tremendous work to ensure that we could stand in this magnificent building today. HKUST is already a well-renowned university at the leading edge of science and technology. I hope this auditorium, honoring the legacy of Run Run and Mona, will add to the cultural enlightenment and community vibrancy of the campus. I wish you all good health and every success. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chan. The Shaw Auditorium will be officiated in a minute. Let us now invite our officiating guests onto the stage.
谢谢。现在让我们恭请以下的主礼嘉宾上台。
Chief Executive and the University Chancellor, Mrs. Carrie Lam. Chairman, Mr. Andrew Lau Chang Sing. Professor Tan Tianyu.
谭铁牛主任
Mr. Raymond Chen Wei Man. Mr. Yang Yirei.
杨义瑞先生
Dr. John Chen. Mr. Henry Tang. President Professor Wei Shi. Mr. Kaozhen Tong. Mr. Alfred Sid. Professor Patrick Young. And finally, Dr. Vincent Low.
Now, let's also invite the following honorable guests to come forward to celebrate this monumental moment together. 有请以下的贵宾上台，一同分享这个喜悦的时刻。Mr. Liu Jiming, Beijing Hong Kong Exchange of Personnel Center Limited. 京港人才交流中心董事总经理刘志明先生。Dr. Christine Choi, Undersecretary for Education. Mr. Vincent Liu, Director of Leisure and Cultural Services. Professor Nancy Yip, HKUST Vice President for Research and Development. Ms. Meiji Choi, Council Member of the Shaw Foundation. Ms. Jenny Lee, Council Member of the Shaw Foundation. Ms. Venus Choi, Council Member of the Shaw Foundation. Mr. Stephen Yu, HKUST University Treasurer. Professor James Tang, Secretary General of University Grants Committee. Mr. Claude Godehua, Design Principal of Hanning Larsen Architects. HKUST longtime supporter and cake artist, Mrs. Christina Mann. Professor T.C. Pong, HKUST Vice President for Administration and Business. Professor Yang Wang, HKUST Vice President for Institutional Advancement. Thank you all.
Now, we would like to invite all our officiating guests in the first row to step forward and place your hands onto the handlebar. 請前排各位嘅主禮嘉賓踏前一步，並將手放喺手柄上面。
各位站在前排的主礼嘉賓踏前一步，請將手放在手柄上。On the count of 3, please pull the handle together. This will represent the official opening of the Shaw Auditorium. 當我數到3嘅時候，一齊將手柄拉落嚟。數到3的時候，一起把手柄拉下。
Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Congratulations, HKUST. The Shaw Auditorium is officially opened. Could all the guests please remain on stage for a big group photo to mark this wonderful occasion? 請所有嘉賓留步，我哋影一張大合照作為紀念啊！
請各位嘉賓留步合影留念。
Also joining us today here, it's a beautiful cake baked by cake artist Mrs. Christina Mann. The cake is the Shaw Auditorium in miniature and is especially made to celebrate today's opening. It's also the first ever art piece on display at the Shaw Auditorium and a sculpture that will last for many years. Thank you very much, Mrs. Mann.
而家出緊嚟嘅呢個藝術雕塑蛋糕參考逸夫演藝中心嘅結構設計，非常感謝科大嘅好友問陳妙蘭女士，你嘅心意為典禮珍惜不少。
喺呢個時候咧，我哋再次邀請我哋所有嘅嘉賓啦，同我哋呢個咁靚嘅藝術品再影多一張合照啊！ Thank you very much for our guests on stage. Please be seated.
各位請就座，各位請就座。Professor Shi, please remain on stage.
The cake will be exhibited in the lobby for everyone to take a closer look at its craft, and of course, for more photos.
蛋糕稍後會放喺大堂嘅位置，俾大家細心欣賞同埋影相。 大家稍後可以在大堂跟这个漂亮的蛋糕拍照。
Our president, Professor Wei Shi, would like to share a few words. Professor Shi, please.
現在有請科大校長史維教授致辭。
Chief Executive, ladies and gentlemen, I must say that I'm elated to see so many of you to join us today. Some of you may be in your official function. However, I know every one of you is our supporter and friend. For that, on behalf of my colleagues and students, thank you. This is a beautiful venue. We have come this far with a lot of efforts and multiple iterations. Other than this auditorium, we also have a number of rooms surrounding this auditorium for our students and colleagues to experiment, to explore, and to try their creativity. So with that, we really are quite different now. HKUST is widely regarded, I would say with no exaggeration, as a strong contributor to science, technology, business management. We have, from our alumni, our faculty, our students, multiple startups, including drones flying in the air, autonomous water vehicle, and autonomous road vehicle. So all three dimensions are well covered. We also have our share of bankers, financiers, government civil servants, educators, and all other sort of professionals, including engineers. They are backbone of Hong Kong in many ways. However, it may not be well publicized that a number of our alumni, they are artists, they are creative practitioners, they own galleries, they sing and they play instruments professionally. Some of them are chefs, quite a few are wine masters, sake masters, rice masters. Some of them, I don't know why there are so many masters categories, but we do have them. What I would like to point out is all these talents were developed by us because we believe firmly from day one, dated back to 1991, that we are humanity-centric. We are UST, but we first and foremost promote humanity. And many of these talents, some of them you will see soon after, they were developed before this auditorium becomes available. Now, with this very major new addition, I'm very, very confident to say that in due time, HKST's students, now and future, will really blossom in many different ways according to their ambition, talent, and interest. For that, I would like to thank again the Shaw Foundation and our alumni and other anonymous donors. Furthermore, we have some donors who are sitting here who have been supporting HKUST for the last 20, 30 years. We thank you for believing in us. We also thank you for helping promote art and other creativities. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Shi. Next, our students and alumni, many of whom have grown into Hong Kong's premier artists, are going to perform vocal and instrumental music that embodies the East meets West vision of the auditorium. You will hear songs celebrating the power of music and selected from one of the first musicals performed at HKUST more than 10 years ago. In addition, the Guzhang performance will give you a glimpse into Chinese traditional music, while the instrumental music performed on violin and piano will showcase the synthesis of Western instruments and Chinese musical idioms in its most vivid and lyrical form. Thank you to Dr. Isaac Drosha, Artistic Director of Shaw Auditorium, for making this thoughtful selection of repertoire, and to all performing students and alumni.
以下落嚟係表演嘅環節，科大學生同校友將會為大家呈獻幾首音樂作品，展現逸夫演藝中心匯聚中西文化兼容並蓄嘅特色。除咗兩首分別向音樂同埋科大音樂劇傳統致敬嘅歌曲，我哋仲準備咗一首古箏樂曲，以及兩首充滿中國味道嘅小提琴及鋼琴器樂作品。喺呢度多謝逸夫演藝中心藝術總監杜洛莎博士，以及一眾學生同埋校友演出者為我哋精心安排準備呢一個嘅演出。Enjoy the music！
We all live in extravagant times, playing games we can't all win. Unintended emotional crimes. Take some out, take others in. I'm so tired of all we're going through. I don't want to live like that. I'm so tired of all we're going through. I don't want to love like that. I just want to be with you now and forever. Peaceful, true. This may not be the moment to tell you face to face, but I could wait forever for the perfect time and place. We all lead such elaborate lives. We don't know whose words are true. Strangers, lovers, husband, wives. Hard to know who's love and who. Too many choices tear us apart. I don't want to live like that. Too many choices tear us apart. I don't want to love like that. I just want to touch your heart. May this confession be a start.
What a wonderful performance. Please give all our talented students and alumni another round of applause.
多謝晒咁多位學生同校友帶嚟精彩嘅表演，科大人真係多才多藝啊！
As you may already know, HKUST is celebrating its 30th birthday this year, and happy birthday HKUST. Today's ceremony also kickstart our year-long celebration.
冇錯 ，Benedict， 今年亦都係科大嘅建校30週年啊！
Right, to mark this special occasion, we have made a video in celebration for our 30 years of achievement and transformation.
而家我哋就會播放一條專為30週年校慶而製作嘅短片。
Please enjoy. It's really amazing to see how much our beloved university has changed and how much we actually achieved over the past 30 years.
冇錯啊，科大30年嚟一直邁步向前，令人非常感動。
The inauguration of Shaw Auditorium will for sure accelerate and take the university's development to the next level and strengthen its commitment to fostering whole-person development of students for the years to come.
逸夫演藝中心必定可以令科大未來發展更上一層樓，令大學繼續肩負使命，促進學生嘅全人發展。Ladies and gentlemen, this marks the end of the first part of our ceremony. We'll be back here for an opening concert by the Hong Kong Philharmonic Orchestra at 5:35. 典禮前半部分嚟到尾聲，請大家喺5:35之前返嚟大禮堂，準備欣賞香港管弦樂團開幕音樂會。
Before we take a break, we would like to thank Chief Executive and the University Chancellor, Mrs. Carrie Lam, for joining us today. Mrs. Lam will now depart for her next commitment. Thank you, Mrs. Lam.
多謝特首以及科大校監林鄭月娥女士百忙抽空出席今日嘅典禮，而家佢將會先行離場，繼續其他行程。多謝特首。
Now, we would like to invite our honorable guests in the first two rows to attend the plaque and Run Show Bus unveiling ceremony.
我哋而家先請坐喺頭兩行嘅嘉賓移玉步出席牌匾以及邵逸夫銅像揭幕儀式。請坐在前兩排的嘉賓移步跟隨工作人員的引導，參加牌匾以及邵逸夫銅像揭牌儀式。
And for the other honorable guests, please feel free to explore the show auditorium to enjoy the music performed by our students and the mini exhibition at the foyer. See you soon.
亦都歡迎其他嘉賓喺呢段時間自由參觀演藝中心。陣間見，我們回頭再見。